Hi, this is Kevin Deal from Upscale Audio. Today we're going to talk about one of the greatest things ever in analog. I want you to notice that today I'm wearing a Triumph shirt, Triumph racing shirt. I love Triumph motorcycles. I got a vintage one. I got a personalized license plate for it, and it says oil leak. And I am here to tell you it is absolutely true. So I decided to do like British Day today with a British shirt, and then I actually when I was in London, I got some Lokes, British-made shoes. I just said, you know what? I'm in England, and I said, I want to bring back something that is really British, so these are Lokes. Man, they make my feet sore as hell, but that's okay. All right, what has it got to do with this? Nothing, because this is not British. This is American. It is very American. This is the VPI Prime Scout, the Super Prime Scout. Now, the Prime Scout, as you know, is about $2,200. It's a great turntable, but the only thing I don't like about it is it's got their basic platter and it's got their shorter tone arm. And the shorter tone arm is made completely different from the more expensive tone arms. But still, it's a great turntable and it's a great performer. So I had an opportunity to make a special purchase from VPI. You guys know that we sell more VPI turntables than anybody. If you go look at my inventory in the back, maybe we'll show you a picture. You'll see that we make special purchases that other dealers don't do. They buy maybe one turntable, maybe they have one in stock. We bought a pallet full of these, and that was the only way I could make this deal happen and give it to you for such a special price. So what are you getting? It is the Prime Scout, and it is in white, and I love the white. I think it looks so much more expensive and so much more rich than the black Prime Scout. It just rocks my world. But what makes it better? Think of VPI turntables as being parts. Think of them as being parts. You have the motor, the plinth, the turntable, the base, the feet, and the platter. So this is the same thing as a Prime Scout, except it has a $1,000 platter. This is the Classic Platter. It weighs 20 pounds. This goes a long way in isolation, in giving you better bass response. It's an expensive part, but it's one of the most important parts of a turntable. This is more important than the plinth. I'm going to tell you that. And that's why I found this to be a very attractive thing that we could put together. The other thing about this turntable is the tone arm. The JMW9 tone arm, great tone arm, super tone arm, ain't nothing like this. This tone arm by itself would cost you thousands of dollars because this is the tone arm from the Classic 2. And what makes it special? It is a machined tone arm that is 10.5 inches long, so it's a longer tone arm, and they are made to a much higher standard than the lower price tone arm. And it has VTA on the fly. That is really important. When you're setting up a turntable, people are always saying, okay, do the VTA, and you do that by looking at the body of the cartridge and making sure that it's parallel with the record surface. That kind of gets you there, but it doesn't really get you there because cartridges can vary in production. So the cantilever can change ever so slightly. That's why when we're doing turntable setups for people, we use microscopes to make sure that literally cantilever comes down. The diamond is mounted like this. It has to sit in a very specific position relative to the record. And if you don't get that, then you're going to get distortion, you're going to get sibilance. So when you make a turntable setup just with the cartridge body, well, I mean, you are getting there, but you really need to do it by ear. And then if you set it up with a thin record, and then you get a 180 gram record, which is thicker, all your measurements have gone out the window. It's not good. So on this tone arm, you're able to do it by ear. You do it by ear, and you listen for a reduction in sibilance. You listen for a reduction in pinch effect towards the end of the record. And you loosen this knob, you make this adjustment, and what you're going to end up doing is, once you get it dialed in with your regular thin records, you're going to remember where the number is, and then put on a thick 180 gram record and listen to see what the best setting is for that. So then when you're going from a thin record to a thick record, you're going to go, oh, turn this, you're all set. Always, always perfect VTA, which is absolutely critical for the best sound. This Tonearm is wired with Discovery wiring, which is fabulous. Everything else is the same as a Prime Scout, but for just a little bit more money, man, I'm getting you something that's going to rock your world. Now, on this turntable, we have the fabulous Kiseki Blue. Everybody knows that the founder of VPI, Harry Weisfeld, has been using the Purple Heart as his reference. In fact, he was using a $12,000 cartridge as his reference, and he got rid of it to use the Purple Heart, which is like $3,500. Well, the blue is 90% of a Purple Heart, but for a lot less money, and I'm telling you, it is amazing. Now, if this one is out of your budget, that's okay. Call us up, because when you're buying a cartridge, you can't just buy a cartridge. You got to buy a cartridge that works correctly with your phono stage. We will give you a nice package discount. We will set things up for you. But most important, we're going to talk to you about what's in your system. What's your preamp? How much gain does it have? What's your phono stage? How much gain does it have? What kind of settings does it have? And we're going to make sure that everything goes together. And because we stock all the cartridges, your purchase is not going to be based on what we have in stock. And I hate that shit when people say, oh, buy this, and it's because it's the only thing they got. We have everything. We will tell you honestly how things work. We will treat your turntable like it's ours. Come into our beautiful 10,000 square foot store. Go to our website. Give us a call. I promise you, at Upscale Audio, we will treat your system like it's ours. Thanks.